Hey, hey! All right, ladies, so I'm excited to talk about these two topics because I think that they go hand in hand together and they are going to be kind of fun to talk about. So today is Even Technique Tuesday, which means today I showed y'all how to use palette number 5. Paige showed us how. Because in this industry, knowledge is everything. Hey, Janice. So knowledge is everything. So when you have the knowledge, people trust you and they build a confidence in you to where they will buy what you recommend. They'll buy what you post. They'll buy what you say. So we have to have all this knowledge to be able to do this. And before Unique, I didn't know anything about skincare. I did not use one single skincare product until our products launched. I used nothing. The same with makeup. I've just kind of built it over time, and I've learned by watching videos, by watching other people do it, by reading books, by doing all these things. I'm taking a few makeup classes right now just to help me learn. And we talked about skincare and how skincare is so important to applying makeup and how to apply makeup on certain skin types, I guess you could say. And I wanted to tell y'all about that. That way you can go back and inform your customers. That way you have this knowledge and you can throw some of these tips out there for Tip Tuesday or Tip Thursday, or you can go out there and show some of these examples to your customers so that you now have knowledge and they are comfortable with buying what you're suggesting. So that's why I've combined these two topics. So we're going to get started. I hope some more people jump on. Y'all can always watch the replay. I'm going to talk about 6 different skin types. And I'm going to tell you what causes these skin types. I'm going to tell you how to fix these skin types. And I'm going to show you how to apply makeup with these skin types. Just a few tips and tricks. I'm obviously not going to show you how to do it, but I'm going to tell you how you can apply makeup or suggest applying makeup to these skin types so that our customers know, all right? So the first one is dry skin. So we know dry skin is actually very painful to a lot of people that have super dry skin. It can be very irritating to someone because they're always having flaking and they're not comfortable in their skin. So if we can fix this, if we can remedy this, and if we can get them in the right products for someone with dry skin, then you could literally probably be their best friend, okay? So dry skin is caused by your diet. It can be caused by acne treatments because acne treatments are drying out your skin. So they're in turn making everything dry, and sometimes you can use too much of them. I know when I was doing the Rodan & Fields Unblemished line, that happened to me and my face itched so bad that I was overusing the product. I had to back down. That caused really dry skin for me. So also a rough cleanser on a dry skin is not good. Aging, weather, and climate. So in the winter, we know that most people are going to have a drier skin. So in the winter, we definitely want to amp up our moisturizers, our lip exfoliators, our lip bonbons, those type of things. We want to amp those up because we know people have drier skin throughout the winter. Okay, so how do you work with someone who has dry skin? What suggestions can you give them for applying their makeup? Obviously, we want them to moisturize, but we want to make sure, the thing is, we don't have just one moisturizer. We don't have just one cleanser. We have multiples. That means we can go straight to the problem for someone. So when someone comes to me and they're like, oh, I want moisturizer, it's not just one moisturizer we have. We used to only have one. But now we have specific makeup and skincare for those types of skin, which is amazing because we can treat the actual problem. We don't just have one base moisturizer that works for everyone. I have a moisturizer and a cleanser that is going to work specifically for someone with dry skin, right? So light layers of moisturizer. You don't want to over moisturize because that can cause the skin to be greasy. So light layers of moisturizing. We want to use a specific primer, which ours works perfectly for dry skin because it's not a mattifier. Their skin's going to look real dull. Dry skin looks real dull. So we have to kind of bring the vibrance back out with a primer just like ours. with a BB cream just like ours. Our highlighters are going to be good for them. The cream highlighters are going to be good for them. We want to stay away from powdery type products. The liquid foundation is okay, but we're going to have to bring some of the vibrance back up with maybe a highlighter, some dewier products like that, like a BB cream mixed. So a BB cream with liquid foundation would be perfect for dry skin people because it's giving them the moisture, it's giving them the dewy like from the BB cream, and then you can put that fuller coverage over it with the liquid foundation. Remember, don't smother you don't want to suggest, put moisturizer on 5 times a day and this, because you're going to smother it, you're going to clog their pores, and that's going to in turn create more acne. And we don't want to create acne. We don't want to create clogged pores because that's what creates acne. Like I said, liquid foundation is a good choice to use paired with the BB cream. So most of these, you're going to find a new technique when you're applying your foundation. And this is how I've kind of started with mine, and most of us do if we use our liquid foundation brush, but it's called stippling. So stippling is actually patting the product in. And why this is good is because we're not rubbing to start off with. When you're stippling it all over and you're kind of patting it in the skin. And when you're stippling, it's going straight to the source. It's getting in, say, a pore. It's getting in, an area where they lost a bunch of skin that's not even. It's getting right there. And afterwards, you can blend it all out by slowly moving. But you want to pat it all on first, get it all in there, kind of get the base areas and stuff like that. So stippling is going to be good for someone with dry skin. Okay, so that's it with dry skin. Next is my arch nemesis, and that's oily skin. I used to have super, super oily skin. I still have oil in my T-zone, which is going to be your most common skin type. Most people are going to have normal skin right here, and then they're going to have oily skin in their T-zone. So your T-zone is right here. It's just a T. It's going to go right here and right here. Sometimes you'll get a little oil right here and on the pores of your cheeks. But it's going to be your T-zone, and that's where my oil actually creates. So the causes of this are bad diet, hormone levels, being pregnant can cause acne, weather, improper skincare, and certain climates as well. So if you're in the sun all the time, your skin is drying out. So in turn, your skin is creating more oils. So it's going to push more oils out because your skin's dry from the sun and it's saying, hey, I need moisturizer. So it's going to create all these oils. So the thing that I didn't know about oily skin was that I always thought I had all these oils on me, and I was like, no, I don't want any moisturizer because I already have all this oil on my face. I don't want to put any more moisturizer on. So I never use moisturizer. Well, come to find out, people with oily skin actually need moisturizer because their skin is overproducing the oil because they don't have any moisturization. So their skin is overproducing oil, trying to overcompensate for not having any moisture. So if you start using moisturizer, then your skin is going to lay back and say, oh God, we're finally getting moisturized. We're finally feeling so great. We're getting all this, and I don't have to overproduce oil anymore. So the oil is going to back down. So I didn't know that, and that is one of my biggest tips. Then when people come to me with oily skin, I say, tell me what your skincare regimen is, and are you moisturizing? And they're gonna most likely say, no, I already have all this oil, I don't want to moisturize. So that right there is gonna be huge. Okay, another thing is you're gonna hear a cause for every single one of these as diet. We all know that. That's nothing we can preach because we're not into healthcare and things, but you can tell people that your skincare relies on your diet. If you're eating fried foods, if you're eating bad foods, if you're not drinking enough water in a day, then your skin is going to react. So by drinking more water a day, by not having fried foods, by having a cleaner diet, your skin is also going to be cleaner as well. So how do you work with oily skin? The main thing is keeping it hydrated, like I said, but with the oil-free moisturizer. And our products are oil-free, so this is a great tip because all of our products are oil-free. Okay, and some people with oily skin and our Glorious Primer work great together. However, sometimes it doesn't. So a mattifying primer can be a good choice, but we don't offer a mattifying primer. So What I'm suggesting is when it comes back in stock, our Touch Behold, because this is a mattifier. That is what our Behold setting powder does. It mattifies the face. So I have it on completely because I had gotten oily today, and now you cannot see a dot of oil because I put on our mattifying translucent powder. So another tip for our makeup is someone who has the combo skin with the oily T-zone, glorious all over here, and the T-zone are our eye primer. It is more of a lotion based, and it is also going to be a little less silky, so it's going to be more like a moisturizer lotion, and I suggest putting it right here where you're going to have big pores if you have oily skin, and then your T-zone. So just a little tip that can help. Like I said, setting powder is going to be huge for someone with oily skin also. And I learned that layers of setting powder. So you put on the BB cream, and then you put on the setting powder. And then you put on the foundation, and you put on the setting powder. And these are light layers. These aren't big or not baking layers. These are light shimmer. You know, just pop the brush in there, spin it around, tap it off. You never want to blow your brush because that's putting your bacteria on your brush. So if you're doing someone else's makeup or you're sharing brushes or something like that, you don't want to blow on it. You always want to tap your brush like this instead of blowing and getting your bacteria on it. So light layers of the setting powder throughout the process. You can bake at the very end. That's why baking is going to be huge for someone with oily skin because you're putting a ton of that setting powder on. Okay, another thing with oily skin is a lot of us, me, myself included, I was over cleansing. My face always felt greasy, so I'd come home and I'd wash it, and I'd wash it before bed, and I'd wash it in the morning 2 times. Like, I just always felt greasy, so I always felt like I needed to wash my face. And that is actually drying my skin out. If you're scrubbing your face, and with oily skin, you should always use an exfoliant style facial cleanser, just like ours is made with the mild exfoliant. But I was washing my face too much, and what exfoliants for dry or moisturizing or oily skin do is they're going to get that extra gunk out. They're going to get in those pores and pull that gunk out. They're going to get any of that excess thing because we have oily spots, and most likely we have bigger pores, so it means it's holding our makeup in, it's holding our product in, and an exfoliant is going to scrub it, and it's going to get all that yunk and funk out, okay? So, but you don't want to over exfoliate. I use my exfoliant in the morning in the shower every single morning. To remove my makeup at night, I use actually our Shine Wipes. I take all the makeup off, and then I use our Aveeno, like an Aveeno style, mixed with just a dab of our exfoliant. So I don't want to over exfoliate my face. So the technique for someone with acne skin is to prime the face, and remember you can use multiple primers. Then you want to spritz your toner, which our toner is our rose water. Then you want to spot treat. So this is kind of going to go into one of my other lines. So I'm just going to kind of give a base thing, but you want to spot treat any of the areas that need the extra spot. You always want to use an offsetting color. Sometimes you can use, if you have like a blue, you know, some like blue veins or something, you can use our red liner, and it's going to cancel out the color, and then you're going to put concealer over it and your foundation. Y'all can probably hear my dog. He's going a little crazy. Then again, you want to use that stippling technique. You want to stipple because we have large pores if we have oily skin, most likely. So you want to stipple, get in those pores, and make sure you're getting all of it, and then spread. So that's oily skin. It's going to be your #1 problem child with your customers, I can probably guarantee you. So having all this knowledge, imagine how much you're going to be able to help them. Okay, so the next type of skin is a mature skin. And a lot of times people think our makeup is just for the younger crowd because we have, I don't know, they think of Mary Kay kind of for older and Unique's for younger, but it's not. We have a full skincare line for ladies that don't even use makeup anymore. We have matte lines that are for ladies who don't like to have the shimmer, which is sometimes an older, an older crowd. So mature skin is something huge. You know, they have the fine lines, they have the wrinkle, they have the droopy eyelids, they have some of the crevices right here. You have to be able to work with that skin as well. So how do you work with it? Well, number one, it's going to be dull in a way because it's got, it's just pulled down and it's kind of droopy. So we want to work with it. We want to brighten it up. We want to give it some vibrancy. So you're going to want to moisturize. And depending on their skin type that we just learned is how you'll moisturize. We're going to want to brighten it, so like a BB cream, like a dewy BB cream, some not shimmer highlighters. We want to do more of like a liquid-based foundation to give them a natural dew. We don't want to highlight normally on a mature skin type just because it's not going to fit their age range. No shimmers. Unless they request a shimmer, we never want to suggest a shimmer for someone with older, mature skin. The reason is it's going to get caught in their fine lines. It's going to just pop their, their most likely their eyes out, and we just don't want to use, we want to keep it really simple, really neutral, unless certain ones are requesting, they want these shimmers. But other than that, the fine lines, we don't want to put the shimmer in because it's just going to bog it down. It's going to look heavy. We want to keep it very matte, very matte-like on that. Again, you're going to actually, on this one, do a patting technique on their skin because we don't want to be harsh with the too hard stippling, and we don't want to drag because we want their skin to stay younger looking, more vibrant. So we're going to be patting, which is a thicker technique, but to where you're just kind of patting the product in like this. Obviously, you would be doing it. Let's use an example of a brush. Where's my brush? So an example like this. As opposed to stippling, you're holding like this and you're stippling it in like this. Whereas a pat, it's just going to be something soft, something real sensitive, kind of like this. Like I said, normally the mature skin women are going to go for a more natural look. So remember that. We don't want to pop the bright pink on their cheeks. We don't want to use a lot of bright colors on them. The bright blue eyeshadow, we're looking like Mimi over here. Most mature women are going to go for a natural style look. They just want you to bring back their younger inner child is what they want to do. So someone with a hooded eye, which is most older women, they're going to have the hooded eye, which I have a hooded eye. Mine's just not droopy. They'll have the droopier eyelids. Someone with Asian eyes, which is going to have, a smaller eyelid. What I'm looking for is someone that has a smaller eyelid. So the Asians will have the smaller lid to right here. They're just have the more angled cat-like eyes. The older women are going to have the droopier eyelids. So say you can only see this much of their eyelid because their eyelid is droopy. Or someone with a hooded or a lower crease, a smaller creased eye. What you want to do is you want to apply their eyeshadow with their eyes open. Okay, this sounds totally crazy because normally we close our eyes and we're doing like this. So you're doing this and it's pulling out, their hooded eyes. It's making their eye look bigger, but when they open it back up, it's going to be hidden. So it's hidden right there. So imagine if I didn't have anything on my brow bone right here, you wouldn't see anything when I open my eyes. You wouldn't see anything. So what I have to do with hooded eyes or with someone with mature skin or someone with a smaller crease or someone that is Asian descent or have hooded eyes, you want to go above their brow bone. So by doing their crease with their eye open, here's a brush. It's not really a brush. It's kind of a powder brush. Oh, here's one. It's broken. Okay, so by doing it with their crease open, you can see where I need to build. So you can see I build my crease color all the way up on my brow bone. So I'm building my crease all the way up here. And that way, when my eyes are open, you can see this. Because if I didn't build it all the way on my brow bone, you wouldn't be able to see anything. You would barely see this. It would look real deep, even deeper and heavier right here, because that's all you would be able to see. So someone with this mature skin, you need to open their eyes to do their crease color. You can do their lid color with the closed, but to do their other area, you want to do it with their eye open so you can get and see where it is. You can get on that brow bone. You can see what that looks like. So that's it on mature skin. So the next skin is actually our acne prone skin or someone with acne. And when someone comes to you and wants to, for you to do their makeup, say for instance on someone with acne skin, a lot of people are scared because they're like, well, they have all these breakouts and I don't know how to hide them. I don't know what to do with them. But remember, their skin is just skin. They want to feel beautiful too. Some of them probably don't just because they do have breakouts. So the key is you want to be very sensitive with them, because I know I've had acne, I've had hormonal acne, I have had regular acne, and it hurts. Sometimes they're super sensitive. So when you're starting with them, just be super sensitive. You still want to do, someone with acne can actually have dry skin. Most of them are going to have oily skin, but they're going to have, some of them can have dry skin. So you want to find out what skin type they have first. What causes acne is improper skincare, improper diet, and stress. And there is hormonal acne. I used to have hormonal acne on my chin line. Obviously that too, but that's from stress. So those are really the three main things. So improper skincare just means they're not using products that are for acne related things, or oil prone skin, or they're using an oil prone skin and they have dry skin, or they have dry skin and they're using an oil and they're drying their face out even more. So we need to see what they're using. What is your skincare regimen right now? What products are you using right now, so I can see what we need to fix. And this isn't just talking about a T-zone. This is a full-blown acne style thing. Okay, so remember, don't over cleanse them, because they're probably already over cleansing. That's a huge tip for your customer. They're probably gonna say they're over cleansing. Yeah, I cleanse in the morning when I get in the shower. I cleanse when I get out of the shower. I cleanse when I get home. I cleanse before I go to bed. I cleanse while I'm sleeping. I'm cleansing while I'm drying. Most people with acne are probably over cleansing just because they feel dirty because they have the acne, when in reality they are probably have one of the cleanest face types because they are over cleansing. So the improper skincare is what we want to focus on with them. But how do you apply makeup to someone with acne? How do you cover those? So the stipple techniques comes back. We're stippling. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your moisturizer on, you're going to put your primer on, you're going to put your BB cream on if you're going to use BB cream. And then you're going to get our Skin Perfecting Concealer, and you're going to get our concealer brush, and you are going to get a color that matches, and you're going to dot on each one of their acnes. Now, acne makeup technique takes a little longer. You have to spend a little more time with these treatments. So you're going to dot on every single one of their, that's my washer, that didn't sound good. You're going to dot on every single one of those things, and then you're going to blend it in. And that should, because our Skin Perfecting Concealer covers so much, it should cover that up. Then you're going to put your foundation on. Then you're going to put everything else on. And at the end, before you do blush, before you do bronzer, and before you do your highlighter, you want to come back and see if anything has come through. You want to dot it more on, dab a little bit more on. You don't want to make it look cakey, but with acne skin and makeup coverage, a full face coverage, it's going to be a little thicker just to cover. Probably going to have redness in those areas. So that's how easy it is. You do a spot treat, then you cover, and then you come back and do a spot treat again. Okay, so that's about it on acne skin. And the next one we have is sensitive skin. So many people can have sensitive skin. You can have acne and sensitive. You can have oily and sensitive. You can have dry and sensitive. And we have a product for sensitive skin, and that is going to either be our the oil moisturizer or the Divine moisturizer. Divine is super sensitive. It's a very basic formula. But so is dry skin related products, because they're super simple, because dry skin just needs the super simplicity. Sensitive skin means you need to be very careful when you are applying their makeup. You have to be, you have to make sure it's oil free and fragrance free, which all of our products except our liquid foundation are fragrance free, I think. And I think so. They usually have really, really beautiful skin. It just kind of hurts. It breaks out if they use the wrong product. So they are super, super loyal to their skincare. If they have something that's working for them now, they're going to be super loyal. So if someone comes to you with sensitive skin, you're going to have to work it. You're going to have to build their trust, because they are not just going to up and change one day, because they are set on the skincare they've been using, because they know it worked for them, and they are scared to see what happens if they change skincare. Someone with combo skin, we kind of already talked about. You can use the regular primer here and the other primer here. You can use different products. You can use a liquid foundation here, but don't put a ton here and just use powder. You can do things like that to fix both combo style skins. So remember, with all of these skin types, and when you're trying to talk to your customer, you really want to find out what their skincare regimen is and what their skin type is. That's the first thing. Even if they're just buying a liquid foundation, you want to make sure liquid foundation is right for them. Just because they come to you and they say, hey, I want to try the liquid foundation, we want them to know that we really care about them and we're not just out to get the sale. We want to make sure liquid foundation is good for their skin type. You know, if there's someone with super, super oily skin, it may not be for them. Or if they want a powder and they have super dry skin, it may not be for them. Or if they want to try the cream foundation yet they have really oily skin, that's not for them. We want to make sure what they want is perfect for their skin type. So when someone's coming to you and you haven't talked to them, you haven't built a relationship with them, just ask them, what's your skin type? And you can ask them some of the questions I told you about. That way you can learn, you know, they might think they have oily skin, but in turn they really just have an oily T-zone and a normal face on the outside. So you can use these techniques to learn and decide which products they're going to need. So why did I put together these skincare and makeup techniques with upselling? Well, you just learned it, because with all this knowledge, you now have the knowledge to go out there and share this with your customers. And by sharing this and giving them the knowledge and not just looking for the sale, they're going to trust you. And what do people do when they trust you? They buy more products. When I first started, I got to pink by solely selling mascaras. That's what I did. I totally got to pink just by mascaras alone. But now, 99% of, I'd say 75% of my orders, they don't even have a mascara in it. They do now with the new one, but all of last year, I'd say I sold, you know, 90% of other products after, not outside of the mascara. So I've built this trust in my customers that they're coming to me now and saying, hey, you know, I'm having issues with my skincare. I want you to help me do this. And when they come to you, that's what you do. You say, hey, what type of skin type do you have? What is it you're looking for? You don't want to just be out there and getting the sale. You want them to trust you and you want to upsell with them. And it's not upselling to make money. It's upselling to make sure they're getting the right products. Because if somebody's coming to you and they just want one thing, and you're not suggesting a few other things that work in combination, like if they're like, hey, I have oily skin, I want to get the face wash. Well, we know that they need a few more products that would work great for oily skin. You know, our rose water would work great, our mask would work great, our cleanser. And when you combine all of them, you're going to get even better results. It's like going to the grocery store and going shopping and saying, I want to make chicken tacos tonight. I'm just going to go get chicken. Well, did you get your tortillas? Did you get your cheese? Did you get your lettuce? Did you get your salsa? No, but I just got the chicken. Well, that's not how it works. Everything combined together is how you're going to get the best results. It's how you're going to have the best chicken tacos, right? So by leading them and suggesting, that doesn't mean they're gonna buy all of it, but you've told them. Now in the back of their mind, they have the idea that says, hey, so I only have, you know, $30 today, so I'm going to get this today. But in the back of their mind, when they see you posting more and they see you talking about this and they're saying, hey, look, she's posting about that mask and she really told me I should get that mask and it's on special this month or something. I'm going to go grab the mask. And you've already put that little pin in their head that said, hey, she told me about that and I remember it. I think I'm going to go grab it this month. Or I just got a huge bonus at work. See, she suggested that I should get these other products, so I'm going to go grab those products this month. So your upsell may not be for the immediate sale, but they know in the back of their mind that you suggested it. Another example of upselling. Hey, Megan. Another example of upselling is that, say, you know, so this month, our kudos. Someone came to me and it was a new customer. I had never sold to her. She found me on Facebook. She said, hey, you know, how do I go to your website and order? And, you know, I didn't just give her my website and say, thanks, you know. I said, awesome, I'd love to help you pick out some products. What is it that you're interested in? And she said, oh, I just need to get 2 mascaras. And I said, well, did you know that our mascaras are on special this month? You can get a mascara, a pigment, or a mascara, a palette, and a liner for $74. It's like a killer deal. So what did she do? She went out there and got the kudos because I upsold her. I didn't just say, hey, here's my website, go shopping. You know how many times I see that on Facebook? I see people say, hey, what's your website? And they just post the website right there and they say, hey, here's my website, let me know if you have any questions. No, 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 no. There's no way to upsell. There's no way to build trust. There's no way to see if they're getting the right products if you're just giving them a website. You want to build a relationship with them. You want to have them trust you. You want to make sure they're in the right products. You want to make sure that they're getting the oily cleanser if they really need the dry cleanser. You want to make sure they're getting the right things. So, Ranger. So if you're building, these products for people, what are you doing? If you're building these bundles and these products for people, they're going to know, they're going to have a wish list. So, when I go shopping on a website, I find all these things I want, and maybe I'm not going to buy them right now, but I know when I come back, I'm going to say, okay, well, I really wanted that, and I saw her talk about that, and I saw her talk about that. So they're upselling. They're upselling me on these products. Another huge way to upsell is free shipping. We all know that every lady may be $70 away from $5 free shipping, and she's going to spend the $70 because it's a deal. We all do that. We all know that, right? I mean, who does not do that? Because I do it all day long. I'm like, I only need to spend $70 more for free shipping? Well, heck yeah, I don't want to pay for shipping, so I'm going to spend $70 more instead of $5. But we all do it, and we know that ladies do it as well. So make sure you're upset. So somebody buys the Kudos, it's $74. They need to spend $26 more to get that free shipping. So what are you going to put them in? What are you going to put them in that's free shipping? What about a cream shadow? What about 2 brushes to go with the palette? What about, what else is in there? 2 extra liners. What about a lip liner? What about a rose water? What about things like that? When they could all pair together. And don't just throw something random out there. Throw some things that will total up to that, and they'll get free shipping, and that would all work together. Don't be like, yeah, you want to get the detox mask? I mean, the detox mask doesn't have anything to do with that. Throw in another cream shadow. Throw in the brushes that go with it. Those kind of things. So everybody will do free shipping. Everybody will upsell for free shipping. So that's pretty much it. If y'all have any questions, I'm going to go back and read. I saw some comments coming through. I get sidetracked, so I had to stop reading comments as I was typing. My 75-year-old grandma loves the BB cream. She's gorgeous. She actually loves this. Yeah, see, exactly. So the older, that was talking on the mature skin, the BB cream brings back the vibrancy. BB cream has a dewy finish. So that's a huge, huge thing for BB cream. All right, ladies, so that is all I have on skincare. Remember to take these tips, use them in your business, use them to help your customers, to help build trust. And then you can turn around and we can upsell and get the big sales. So let me know if you have any questions. Y'all have a fabulous night, and that's it. Bye.